Tegan, thanks for joining me. So on a collective note, the ladies team in 6th place this season, but how do you assess the season so far?
I think, to begin with, we had girls coming back from holidays, we had injuries, so it wasn't really consistent to begin with. It was a bit up and down, so it was a tough start. But I think the past 2 or 3 weeks, to be fair, we've come together and we've had a bit more commitment, girls turning up week in, week out. We're kind of sticking together now, so I think it's going all right. It's where we need to be in terms of consistency at this moment in time.
Yeah, and the team also picked up the first league win recently, so
yes.
That must be helping the team grow in confidence.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, so like I said, past 2 or 3 weeks, it's been massive for us. We beat Llanfair in that cup, which was massive. And just the vibe around the changing rooms and on the training pitch, it just helps really with bringing the team together a lot more. The girls are loving it. New signings that have come in, they feel part of the team. So yeah, the wins have been massive for us the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you've been banging the goals yourself this season
yeah.
with a couple of hat-tricks. How much have you enjoyed being on the score sheet?
It's massive being on the score sheet, I guess. Being an attacker and getting a goal is a bonus really, but if I'm on the score sheet and we're still losing the game, we're 3-0 down, even if I get on the score sheet, that doesn't really matter. As a team, that's what matters, is how our performance is as a team really, so not personally. Obviously I love scoring and stuff, but it's more the team performance that I'm more bothered about really.
What do you think's been the key for your impressive performances this year?
I don't know really, just kind of being the kind of player I am, just getting the ball, dribbling at players, kind of using my strength to be able to score the goals, but then also trying to bring the assists and kind of help the team out, I guess.
You're a young player yourself, but you're obviously an integral part of the team.
Yeah.
Do you feel a sort of extra sense of responsibility to lead by example on the pitch?
Yeah, definitely. I think probably more in training. I take it into training a lot more, especially when we've got the younger girls playing up with us. We've got some brilliant 16s that have been training with us over the past couple of months. I think taking into account that they're there, definitely showing, being a role model to them helps, and then taking it onto the pitch, being a voice on the pitch, probably winds the girls up a bit, the way I shout and, but I think you've got to be a leader sometimes, and I think I'm just a natural leader on the pitch, I think, but I guess being a role model is probably up there.
And you mentioned role models there. Are there any players from the wider game you sort of look up to, or you model your game on yourself? Probably not. I mean, one player that I did kind of not look up to, but was watching as a player, was probably Tony Duggan. She's probably a player that I took a lot of interest in terms of how she played and stuff like that. So yeah. And just finally, what are your goals for the rest of the season as a team and also collective, as personally as well? Sorry.
So as a team, it's just to kind of be consistent within that new tier 2 structure. So being able to compete against them teams. There's some brilliant teams within that tier 2. So being able to compete with them consistently would be a target. And personally, I've got a bet on with one of the first team players, so just see if I can beat Jake Eyre on goals. That's probably my personal target this season.